North Node, South Node in astrology. The truth they never told you. Hello and welcome back to another edition of Maddie's Rap, the show where we rap about things the guys rap about when we're hanging out. I'm your host, multiple award-winning author, Matt D. Talford. Now, I'm going to take a little bit of a turn from the way I normally do things. I'm going to tell you guys about those books at the end of this video, but today I want to jump right into the subject matter. Now, North Node versus South Node in astrology. The truth they never told you. What is the truth they never told you, Matt? First of all, before I get to that, to understand what I'm talking about, if you have never pulled your birth chart, then you probably aren't going to understand what North Node is versus South Node. You probably won't know what yours is, okay? So I'm going to put a link in the description box to my favorite birth chart calculator. If you've never pulled your birth chart, by all means, go in there and click that link and look up your birth chart. What you're going to need, all you're going to need is your date of birth, your place of birth, and you're going to need to know the time you were born in order for you to get what your different house placements are. There are 12 houses in Zodiac, okay, and there are 24 hours in a day. So if you're thinking about, for example, your rising sign changes every 2 hours. Why? Because there are 12 signs and 24 hours in a day. So obviously you got 2 hours. Those rising signs expire every 2 hours and you get a new one. So in order for you to know your house placement and your rising sign, which is pretty much your first house, you're going to need to know what time you were born. All right, now, so get that and then you'll get the answer to what is my North Node, Matt? Now, to know what your South Node is going to be 6 placements or 6 houses behind or in front of, whichever direction you're moving. Now, let's say behind since we're talking south. 6 houses behind your North Node. For example, my North Node is Capricorn. Capricorn is in the 10th house. So if I go back 6, that will put me in the 4th house. What is 4th house? Cancer. So my North Node is in Capricorn. My South Node is Cancer. Now, what is the truth they never told you? To understand what the truth is that they never told you, you need to know what everybody's saying right now. And a lot of the astrology teachers are teaching that your North Node is the direction that you're supposed to be moving in this lifetime. Your North Node is your soul's mission for this lifetime. Now, let me pause on this lifetime. In order for me to say this lifetime, that comes with the understanding that I have lived before, okay? Reincarnation. A lot of people don't believe in that. The people who don't believe in that typically are they're heavily into religion, which teaches Western religion, I should say, because Western religion teaches that you're born once, and if you're a good person, you die and go to heaven. And if you're a bad person, you die and go to hell. All right. If y'all have watched any number of my videos, y'all know I do not subscribe to that. And I came up in the church. All right. I know I can go toe to toe in the scriptures with anybody that went to seminary and most of your pastors. All right. I don't say that to brag or boast. It's just that I grew up eating scripture for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. All right. In my house, we had to, my daddy, he went to the Bible bookstore, Christian bookstore, whatever. He used to get these little flashcards and, we used to have to do our chores to get our allowance. But in order for you to seal that allowance or get the bag, not only did you have to do your chores, but when that Friday came, which was allowance day, you had to quote those scriptures that you learned, whatever that flashcard was that you were given at the beginning of the week, you had to recite that scripture from memory. All right. So that's just an idea. Now, I mean, I read the Bible in church on average, 12 hours a week. On average, I was in church 12 hours a week from the age of as early as I can remember till about 16 or 17 years old. So anyway, I say all of that to say, I know the scripture. I came up in the church background. I'm here to tell you this whole notion of you live once and then you die and go to heaven or die and go to hell is all false. All right. It is false. There are references to reincarnation in the scripture. There are references that where the Messiah pretty much shows you in almost plain English. I mean, you have to kind of break it down. You know what? Do I want to read the scripture for you guys? No, I'm not going to go down that path. Maybe I'll throw some scripture references in there. I want to keep this about North Node, South Node. I don't want to get off on the scripture tangent. You guys know I love chopping up scripture, but today's about astrology. So if you think that reincarnation isn't real, I would recommend you read a book titled Many Lives, Many Masters by Dr. Brian Weiss. Fascinating book. I just read it last week. And one of the things that stood out that supports what I'm telling you is in the 3rd chapter, he made a reference to how Emperor Constantine, who's responsible for bringing Christianity as we know it today to the world, Now this is a guy that went from persecuting Christians to saying Christians to giving this religion called Christianity back to the world. All right. So I got my own issues with that. But anyway, I digress. Emperor Constantine and his mother Helena created Christianity. But in the act of doing so, they removed many of the New Testament references to reincarnation. You could read that in the 3rd chapter of Dr. Brian Weiss's book, Many Lives, Many Masters. Now, so if you don't believe in reincarnation and you want to turn this video off, you can. But, you know, it's tough to say you don't believe in reincarnation, but you subscribe to astrology, because astrology is what I call in another video, and I'll put a link up here or there. I don't know what side it's going to show up on by the time I start the video, but I'll put a link to another video I did titled Astrology, Your Personal Instruction Manual. Now, getting back to North Node. Your North Node's direction you're supposed to be moving in this life. It's your soul's mission for this life. It is the qualities that you're supposed to be developing for your soul's growth in this life. What is your South Node? Your South Node is all of the qualities, characteristics, skills, whatever, energy that you brought forward with you into this life. So, what a lot of astrology teachers teach is that you're supposed to abandon your South Node and focus on your North Node. I 50-50 subscribe to that, okay? The 50% that I subscribe to is the focus on your North Node. But I do not subscribe to the throw away your South Node or whatever. Let me explain something to you, okay? If your North Node is the destination, for example, if your North Node is the destination and where you want to go, where you're supposed to be going, your South Node is how you get there. It is your GPS. It is your map. What do you mean, Matt? Well, let me give you myself for an example. My North Node is Capricorn, which means my South Node is Cancer. Now, everybody who knows me knows that the Cancer traits come forward big time, all right? Cancerians, they're family oriented. They tend to be homebodies. They tend to love on the people that are in their inner circle and protect them like that hard shell. They're very protective of their family and their loved ones, but the inside of their crab is soft. So once you're inside, once you pass that shell, you got all the meat, okay? You got all of it. That is typical Cancer energy. They love to take care of people. They love to show love. They love to take care of people, okay? Very selfless. Capricorn energy, a little more selfish, okay? Capricorn energy is about going out and conquering. It's about securing the bag, all right? You've heard this before. So now, if my North Node is about securing the bag, going out and conquering, and my South Node is taking care of home, showing love, protecting my loved ones, family, friends, all of this stuff, loving up on them, showing them love through acts of service, then my South Node is what I know how to do. My North Node is what I'm supposed to be working on. Guess what? I'm going to use all of the South Node traits to move me in the direction of my North Node. So the truth that they never told you is that you're supposed to be using your South Node to get you north. Okay? Your South Node is your point of reference. How can you know where you're going if you don't know where you came from? All right? That would be like someone blindfolding you and dropping you in the middle of the jungle, all right, with no map and saying, get to this city, and they don't even tell you how many miles away it is, for example. Hey, we're going to drop you in the middle of the wilderness in the Adirondack Mountains. You don't know where you are. You've been blindfolded. And they say, hey, get to New York City. You're like, well, dang, how am I supposed to get to New York City? I don't even know where I'm at. I don't even know where y'all brought me from. You know what I'm saying? So, by the way, the sniffles, listen, I'm trying not to sniff, but it is Sunday, February 27th, 2022. And I'm in the Carolinas, the Charmeck area of the Carolinas. And I was just playing tennis, y'all, yesterday outside. No long sleeve, short sleeve shirt, sweatpants, played tennis for two and a half hours. And today it's so cold, you got to have a coat on. It's cold and wet. So this is that kind of tricky weather. You got to watch yourself. Now, if my mother had been there, she'd have been like, boy, what are you doing with your arms out? It's not summertime. Got to remember those lessons of the past. South Node. Anyway, let's get back to it, okay? So your South Node is, hey, this is where you came from. Here's a map. That's where we need you to go. Your South Node, you're not supposed to leave it behind. You're just not supposed to stay in it, okay? You know what I mean? So your South Node, a lot of people call it overdeveloped characteristics. I won't call it that. I will call it mastery. Now, I will call it mastery in the same way that, for example, in the military, you go to basic training, and then you go to whatever your school is to learn your trade, learn your job. I went to the Army to be a medic. So I went to boot camp for 8 weeks, and then I was in Army medic school for 10 weeks, okay? Learn how to start IVs, learn how to give shots, learning how to dress a battlefield wound, learning how to splint a broken limb, learning how to carry someone off the battlefield. What are the proper carries, okay? Learning how to treat burns, different things that you need to be a medic in order to accomplish your mission, which is combat support. Now, abandoning the South Node would be like me saying, oh man, you know what? I'm a medic. I'm a fully trained medic now, but my mission, we got a mission to go overseas and do X, Y, and Z. But man, I'm not going to use those. I'm not going to use any of the skills I learned in Army medic school. Well, what in the heck am I doing here? You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? So now, I can't stay in Army medic school once I've graduated and proven that I can do these things. I'm supposed to take those skills and do something with them. That is your South Node. So if whatever your South Node is, all of these teachers out here that are saying abandon your South Node or forget about your South Node, they're teaching it wrong. If they're saying don't stay in that South Node energy, I get that. What they're basically saying is don't abandon whatever your soul's direction or your soul's path is for this life. That is your North Node. But how you develop the mastery of your North Node is by using the tools that you brought forward from your South Node. So if my South Node is Cancer and my North Node is Capricorn, I'm supposed to be taking all of that love and learning how to use that love to secure the bag. So for me to secure the bag, I know how to show love. I know how to be protective of the people that I care about, okay? So for me to go out and secure that bag, I need to be using everything I learned and go in that direction. Okay? If I feel like I'm getting lost in my North Node, then I need to turn around and say, okay, what do I know how to do? What am I good at? That is how I'm going to move forward. So I encourage you to learn your North Node and to forget this whole notion of abandoning your North Node abandoning your South Node. A lot of people are teaching that so wrong. This is very simple. Your South Node is your GPS, your North Node is direction, okay? Your South Node is your map, your North Node is where you're going. Find out where you're going on the map and take those tools to help you get there, okay? If your direction is to drive 100 miles, all right, or to get 100 miles in a certain amount of time, how are you going to get there without a vehicle? Your South Node is the vehicle. Your South Node is the vehicle. Use your South Node to catapult you forward to your North, okay? Whatever that direction is. If your North Node is Virgo, then your South Node is Pisces, okay? Or vice versa. If your North Node is Cancer, right? Your South Node is Capricorn. If you're a Capricorn South Node, you already came in here like work. I gotta secure the bag. Why are you securing the bag? You're securing the bag so that you can go home and be a homebody. So focus on, my qualities to develop in this life is to learn how to slow down, to not be such a workaholic, and to love on people, to love on my family, to love on my close friends. How do I get there? Let me use what I know how to do as a Capricorn to secure the bag to such a point where I don't have to work so hard anymore. In fact, so I don't have to work. Let me create a business and multiple revenue streams that pay me while I'm sitting on my butt. That is how you utilize your South Node to get North, all right? So whatever your South Node, North Node is, understand those placements, pull your natal chart, okay? Natal chart, you need your place of birth, your date of birth, and your time of birth. If you don't know the time of the birth, then you can still get your North Node and South Node, but you won't be able to get your different house placements. And this video isn't about houses or about your ascendant. All of those things have their purpose. I'm not going to get into that in this video, okay? I just wanted to reverse that thinking, help you guys reverse that thinking that says you should abandon your South Node. No, it's not to be abandoned. It is to be used as a vehicle to move you north, okay? I got a friend, won't call his or her name. They are a North Node in Taurus, which means their South Node is Scorpio, all right? Their direction is to take care of themselves this lifetime, okay? How do you get to that point? What did you learn What are the Scorpio traits? How can those Scorpio traits help you to get to be to move and act and behave in Taurus energy? Okay. Now, that doesn't mean that you got other things that actually help you with. Okay. For example, your sun sign is who you are. Your moon sign is how you feel. That is the inside, your feelings. Your rising sign is how the world sees you. Okay. So, but those are characteristics of yourself that apply to your own personal astrology. But your North Node is going to help you move about in this life and get to whatever it was that you came here to do. Your North Node is going to help you do that. Okay. But what is going to help your North Node? The skill set that is represented by the skill set and characteristics that are represented by your South Node. So that is all I have for you guys today. I want to hear from you. What are your questions? What are your thoughts on this? Have you also heard that you're supposed to abandon your South Node? I hear a lot of teachers teaching that, and that South Node is critical to fully achieving your North Node. Now, once you understand soul energy and you understand that the soul is timeless, that the soul has no age that we can calculate in our consciousness, okay, then you also understand that you live again. There's no such thing as death, okay? Ralph Smart says nerd, and nobody ever really dies. It's very true. You ascend. You move out of this vehicle, you turn this vehicle in, you go get a report card, you get another vehicle, and you either get a new mission or you get to repeat the last mission because you didn't complete it, all right? If you're like me, you don't like doing anything twice. I don't care how difficult it is, or how easy it is. I'm only going to do it one time. I'm not doing it twice. The same goes with my soul and what I came to this earth to do. All right. So if you got any questions, leave them in the comments below. And listen, I'm a multiple award-winning author. 2 books. I've actually written 3, but 2 of them are award-winning. From Fear to Faith, a survivor story, which is a tale of how mindset can help you to overcome the worst of circumstances. Mindset, positive mindset. All right. It chronicled a very difficult stage in my journey. All right. When the doctor says if you don't do something about this situation in your body, you're not going to be here. It forces you to think about what you want to do and how you're going to do it. That's From Fear to Faith, a survivor story. Check it out. You can get it on Kindle, on iBooks. You can get it on audiobook. And soon you'll be able to, again, get it in paperback. The paperbacks just sell out whenever we do a print run of paperbacks, they're typically gone in a matter of a few months. All right. This time I don't have any yet. At the time of this video, I do not have any, but check my website, www.talfordarts.com or www.amazon.com for the availability of new copies of From Fear to Faith, a survivor story in print. And my wildly popular Stuck in an Elevator, all right, which is my foray into fiction. And this is a tale of passion and self-discovery that takes place high above the Los Angeles skyline. Now, it is fiction, but I think you can learn a lot about yourself in that short novelette that'll take you about an hour to read. That is also available in paperback at my website, www.talfordarts.com. We're going to have it on Amazon soon. It is not available on Amazon. We have a limited edition copy that is available on my website. Standard edition copies on Amazon will be available on Amazon by the beginning of spring. Okay. Now, you might ask, what's the difference between the limited edition and the standard edition? Limited edition has a special signature page, as well as some hidden gems that were not included in the standard edition. Okay, so now that's all I have, you guys. You can check out the thumbnails. I'll put some links to my books in the description box below. And before I wrap up, I want to wrap up with what I always say: tell somebody you love them and mean it. Oh, let's not forget. I would really appreciate if you give this video a big thumbs up. Okay, and if you're new to my channel and you like my content, hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell so that you'll be informed anytime I do a new upload. All right. Now, finally, last but not least, tell somebody you love them and mean it. How do you mean it? You show it. Y'all have a blessed day or evening, whatever time it is you're watching this. Peace.